Maya sat quietly in the clinic waiting room. Her hands rested on her round belly, feeling the baby move inside her. She was nervous but excited. Today was her last checkup before her due date. She looked at her husband, Daniel, who sat beside her holding her hand. His eyes were calm and reassuring, but he could sense her tension. "Are you okay?" Daniel asked softly. Maya nodded, but her smile was small. "I think so. I just feel nervous. I want everything to be perfect for the baby." Daniel gave her hand a gentle squeeze. "Everything will be fine. You are strong and the baby is healthy. We are ready for this." They watched other patients move through the waiting room. The walls were pale and the chairs were stiff, but the room smelled clean. A small child laughed somewhere nearby, and Maya smiled faintly. It reminded her of the life waiting for them outside this clinic. When it was their turn, a nurse called them into the examination room. The room was bright and a single window let in the afternoon sun. Dr. Harris was already there, standing with his clipboard. From the first moment, Maya felt something was wrong. His expression was sharp and he spoke with a tone that made her feel uncomfortable. "Sit down," he said. "We don't have all day." Maya took a seat on the examination table. Daniel stood beside her. She tried to explain some of the concerns she had noticed over the last few weeks: minor pains, swelling, and her sleep troubles. Dr. Harris waved his hand dismissively. "These are normal. Stop worrying too much. Some people just make small problems bigger than they are. Let's just check the baby and move on." Maya felt a tight knot form in her stomach. She looked at Daniel, who gave her a quiet nod. He was angry, but he stayed calm. He could see how hurt and embarrassed Maya felt. The doctor's words had made her shrink a little, like her voice did not matter. "I just want to be sure everything is okay," Maya said softly. Dr. Harris sighed, shaking his head. "I said it is fine. You are fine. The baby is fine. Let's not waste time." Daniel's hands tightened around hers. "Maya, ignore him. We know what is right. The baby is fine because you take care of yourself. Don't let him make you feel small." Maya nodded, but it was hard to stay calm. She had never experienced such rudeness from a professional. She had always believed doctors were careful and kind. Today she felt judged and humiliated. Dr. Harris examined her quickly, making small comments about her weight and appearance that made her cheeks burn. She wanted to leave the room, to run out and protect herself from the unkind words, but she stayed because Daniel was beside her. When the checkup was almost done, Dr. Harris looked at the screen and frowned. "There is nothing wrong here. I don't see why you are making a big deal." Maya wanted to cry, but she forced herself to breathe. She had prepared for this moment for months, and now she felt powerless. Daniel looked at the doctor and then at Maya. His eyes were steady. "Thank you for checking, doctor. We will follow your advice," he said. But his voice held a quiet strength that made the room feel different. Maya felt grateful for him. Even when the doctor had been unkind, Daniel stood beside her like a shield. She rested her head for a moment and felt the baby move again. It was a reminder of why they were here, why they needed to stay strong. After a few more moments, the doctor left, muttering about his next appointment. Maya exhaled slowly. The tension in her body began to fade, and she looked at Daniel with a smile. "You are amazing," she said softly. Daniel smiled back. "You are amazing. We will get through this together." Maya realized that no matter how some people treated them, they had each other. That thought gave her courage. Today had been difficult, but she knew that something good was waiting just around the corner. After leaving the examination room, Maya and Daniel walked slowly down the clinic hallway. Maya's hand rested on her belly as she tried to shake off the discomfort from earlier. The doctor's words had stung, but Daniel's calm presence made her feel supported. "Are you hungry?" Daniel asked, glancing at her. Maya shook her head. "Not really. I just want to get home and rest." They walked out of the clinic together. The sun was beginning to dip toward the horizon, painting the sky with soft pink and orange. A cool breeze brushed Maya's face, and she closed her eyes for a moment, letting herself feel the fresh air. Daniel noticed her tension and suggested they take a short walk around the park near the clinic. "It will help you relax, and the baby will like it too," he said. Maya smiled. "That sounds nice." As they walked, they noticed families playing on the grass, children laughing and running after balls. The world seemed calm and peaceful outside the clinic, a stark contrast to the stress they had just experienced. Maya held Daniel's hand tightly. His grip was steady, reassuring, and it reminded her that she was not alone. After a few minutes, Daniel stopped by a bench under a large tree. He helped Maya sit down carefully. "Take a deep breath," he said. "Let's focus on the good things today." Maya smiled weakly. "It is hard to focus on good things when someone makes you feel small." Daniel nodded. "I know, but remember, their opinion does not define you. You are strong and you have done everything right for this baby." Maya rested her head against Daniel's shoulder. She could feel the baby moving, and it made her heart feel lighter. Daniel gently rubbed her back, keeping his voice calm and steady. "You know," Daniel said, "this baby is going to be lucky. Lucky to have a mom who cares so much and a dad who will always protect them." Maya laughed softly. "You are sweet, Daniel." As they sat there, a young nurse walked past. She looked at Maya and smiled warmly. "Are you okay?" she asked. Maya nodded. "Yes, thank you." The nurse paused. "Sometimes the right words from the right person can change everything. Don't forget that." Maya and Daniel exchanged a glance. Her heart felt a little lighter. She realized that kindness could make a difference, and she had someone who always treated her with respect. After a while, Daniel helped Maya up. They continued walking slowly, enjoying the sounds of birds and the rustle of leaves in the evening breeze. They talked quietly about baby names, how the nursery would look, and how excited they were to meet the new life growing inside her. Suddenly, Maya felt a sharp movement in her belly. She paused and held her stomach. "Daniel," she said, her voice tinged with worry. Daniel immediately stopped and held her hand. "What is it?" I think the baby is ready," she said, her eyes wide with both fear and excitement. Daniel stayed calm, but his mind raced. "We need to get to the hospital right now," he said firmly. He looked at her with determination. "I will handle everything. You just focus on staying calm." Maya nodded. She could see the confidence in his eyes, and it gave her courage. She realized that no matter what had happened with the doctor earlier, she had someone who would act quickly and protect both her and their baby. They walked faster toward their car. Daniel opened the door for Maya and helped her inside. He got in beside her, started the engine, and drove carefully but quickly toward the hospital. Maya's heart raced, but she felt safe with Daniel beside her. His calm voice guided her through each step, reminding her to breathe and stay relaxed. The stress from earlier seemed to fade as she focused on the present moment. By the time they reached the hospital, Maya felt a mix of fear and excitement. She knew something important was about to happen, and Daniel's steady presence made her feel ready. As they entered the hospital, Daniel held her hand tightly and whispered, "We are going to be okay. Everything will change for the better in just a few minutes." Maya nodded, feeling a spark of hope. She realized that life could change quickly, and sometimes the person you trust the most could turn a difficult day into something extraordinary. Maya gripped Daniel's hand tightly as they entered the hospital. The bright lights and busy hallways made her feel nervous, but Daniel stayed close, whispering calming words to her. Every step felt heavy, but she trusted him completely. A nurse noticed their hurry and approached quickly. "Are you here for labor?" she asked. "Yes," Daniel said firmly. "She is about to deliver. Please help us." The nurse nodded and led them down a long hallway to the delivery room. Daniel held Maya's hand as they walked, encouraging her with each step. Her breathing became more focused, and the fear in her eyes slowly changed into determination. Once inside the room, the nurse helped Maya onto the bed and began preparing for the delivery. Daniel stayed at her side, holding her hand and whispering, "You are strong. You can do this. I am right here with you." Maya closed her eyes and focused on Daniel's voice. She could feel the baby moving intensely now, and a wave of pain mixed with excitement swept through her. She had never felt anything so powerful, and Daniel's calm presence made her feel ready to face it. The nurse checked Maya carefully. "Everything is progressing well," she said. "You are doing great. Just keep breathing." Maya nodded, taking slow, deep breaths. Daniel encouraged her with every exhale, reminding her to stay calm and trust her strength. The room felt safe because he was there. Suddenly, Maya felt a stronger push from the baby. She gasped and squeezed Daniel's hand. "It's happening now," she said, her voice trembling. Daniel looked at her with steady eyes. "Yes, it is. You are doing perfectly, just one step at a time." The nurse guided them through each moment, but Daniel's quiet support became the anchor for Maya. Every word he spoke was full of reassurance, and she felt her fear melt away. Minutes passed, each one filled with effort and focus. Maya's body worked naturally, and Daniel never let go of her hand. He leaned close and whispered encouragement, reminding her that this moment would change their lives in the most beautiful way. Finally, after a series of powerful pushes, the nurse announced, "The baby is here." Maya and Daniel both looked in awe at the small, wriggling figure in the nurse's arms. The baby's tiny fingers moved, and the soft cry filled the room. Maya's eyes filled with tears of relief and joy. Daniel held the baby carefully, looking at Maya with pride and love. "We did it together," he said softly. Maya reached out and touched the baby's hand. "They are perfect," she whispered, her voice shaking with happiness. The nurse smiled. "Everything went very well. Both mother and baby are healthy." Daniel wrapped a soft blanket around the baby and held it close. Maya rested beside him, feeling exhausted but full of joy. The tension from the morning, the doctor's harsh words, and all the stress seemed to disappear. This was a moment of triumph, of love, and of hope. As they sat together, Daniel gently stroked Maya's hair. "You are incredible," he said. "I am so proud of you." Maya smiled, feeling her heart swell. "I couldn't have done it without you. You stayed with me and made me strong." Daniel shook his head, smiling warmly. "No, you were always strong. I just reminded you of it. Today shows how powerful love and support can be. Nothing else matters when we have each other." They looked at the baby, marveling at the tiny fingers and toes, the little eyes opening slowly. Maya felt a deep sense of peace, knowing that everything had changed in the last 15 minutes. What had begun as a stressful and painful day had turned into something miraculous and unforgettable. For the first time since the morning, Maya felt free from the fear and humiliation she had experienced. She realized that challenges could come from anyone, but love and courage could overcome them all. She squeezed Daniel's hand and whispered, "Everything really can change in an instant." Daniel nodded, holding both Maya and the baby close. "Yes, and now our life begins with hope, strength, and happiness." The room was quiet except for the soft cooing of their newborn. Maya and Daniel knew that today was not just about a birth, but about the power of standing together, supporting each other, and never giving up. No matter the obstacles, Maya rested in the hospital bed, the baby wrapped safely in a soft blanket beside her. Daniel sat on the chair, holding her hand and gently brushing her hair back. The room felt warm and calm, a stark contrast to the tension of the morning. For the first time that day, Maya felt at peace. "Everything feels different now," Maya whispered, looking at Daniel and their newborn. Daniel smiled, his eyes shining with happiness. "It does. Today started hard, but it ended with something beautiful. This is our family now." As they settled in, a hospital nurse entered with a clipboard. "I just need to do a quick checkup on both of you," she said kindly. Maya nodded, holding the baby close while Daniel supported her. The nurse carefully examined the baby, checking each tiny finger and toe. "Everything is perfect," she said. "Both mother and baby are healthy." Maya exhaled with relief. "Thank you," she said softly. Daniel squeezed her hand. "See, we made it." "You were amazing." Maya smiled faintly, still feeling the memory of the morning's difficult moments. The doctor's harsh words, the impatience, and the humiliation all came back for a moment. She wished things could have been different. Daniel noticed her quiet thought and leaned closer. "Maya, don't think about him now. Today is ours. No one can take this joy away from us." She nodded, feeling comforted by his words. He was right. No doctor or anyone else could erase what had just happened. They had welcomed a new life into the world, and that was something stronger than any unkind words. Later, as Maya rested, Daniel went to speak with the hospital staff. He wanted to make sure everything would be smooth for their stay, and that the baby would be cared for properly. While talking to a nurse, he overheard that Dr. Harris was in the hallway talking to other patients. Daniel's first reaction was anger. He remembered how harsh the doctor had been toward Maya, how unfairly he had treated her. But Daniel took a deep breath. He realized that now was not a moment for anger, but for calm and dignity. Returning to the room, Daniel told Maya quietly, "He is here, but we don't need to worry. We focus on us." Maya nodded. She trusted Daniel completely. She understood that he would protect her without confrontation, that his calm strength was more powerful than any argument. A short while later, the hospital assistant brought them a tray of food. Maya smiled, Feeling hungry for the first time in hours, Daniel helped her eat, laughing gently as she struggled with the spoon. The small happy moments made the day feel lighter. As the evening sun began to fade, Daniel held the baby close and whispered softly, "Our life begins tonight. No one can take this joy from us. We are strong together." Maya felt tears in her eyes. She realized that everything that had happened that day, the fear, the humiliation, and the worry, had led them here to this perfect moment. She felt proud, not just for the baby, but for the way they had faced the day together. Later, when the room quieted down, Maya and Daniel sat together, watching their newborn sleep. Daniel held both her hand and the baby's tiny hand, creating a circle of love that felt unbreakable. Maya spoke softly. "I was scared earlier, but now I see how much love and support can change everything. I feel safe and strong because you were here." Daniel smiled and kissed her forehead gently. "That is what family does. We protect each other. We stay together. Today proves that kindness and courage can overcome anything." Maya nodded, feeling her heart full of hope. The earlier embarrassment and pain had vanished, replaced with gratitude and peace. They had been tested, and they had emerged stronger. As night fell, the room grew quiet, filled only with the soft breathing of the baby and the gentle comfort between Maya and Daniel. In those moments, they understood something important. No matter what challenges life brought, they could face them together, and together they could turn even the hardest moments into something beautiful. Maya rested her head on Daniel's shoulder, watching the tiny chest of their baby rise and fall. She realized that love and support could truly change everything in just a few moments. The next morning, Maya woke to the soft light filtering through the hospital curtains. The baby slept peacefully in the crib beside her bed. Daniel was still by her side, quietly adjusting the blanket around their newborn. Maya felt a wave of gratitude for him. His support had carried her through the hardest day of her life. As she stretched gently, the memory of Dr. Harris and his unkind words returned. Maya felt a small ache of frustration. She had tried to ignore it yesterday, but it lingered in the back of her mind. Daniel noticed her expression, thinking about him again. Daniel asked softly. Maya nodded. "I can't help it. What he said yesterday hurt me, even if I try to forget." Daniel took a deep breath. "We can't change how he acted, but we can change what we do next. We don't have to let anyone make us feel small." Maya looked at him, realizing that he was right. She had been passive yesterday, focused on staying calm, but today she could act in a way that would ensure respect not just for herself, but for other patients who might face the same situation. After breakfast, Daniel suggested they take a short walk in the hospital garden. The fresh air and sunshine helped Maya feel stronger. She held the baby carefully, wrapped in a soft blanket, while Daniel walked beside her, smiling at her courage. "You were incredible yesterday," Daniel said, looking at her with pride. "The way you handled everything and the way you stayed strong for the baby, no one can take that away from you." Maya smiled. "It's easier with you by my side. I don't think I could have done it alone." As they walked, they noticed Dr. Harris speaking with another patient near the hospital entrance. Maya's stomach tightened. She didn't want to confront him, but she knew Daniel had a plan. He had been thinking carefully about what to do. Daniel paused and whispered, "Let's go say something. Not to fight, but to stand up for ourselves and others." Maya took a deep breath. "Okay, I trust you." They approached Dr. Harris together. Daniel spoke first, his voice calm but firm. "Doctor, yesterday your words made my wife feel small and nervous. That is not how patients should be treated. We understand that you are busy, but respect and kindness are important, especially for pregnant patients." Dr. Harris looked surprised. He opened his mouth to speak, but Daniel continued. "We hope you understand this. Every patient deserves respect. We wanted to tell you personally so that others can have a better experience." Maya stood beside Daniel, holding the baby. She felt a sense of courage she had never felt before. Her voice was quiet but strong. "I just want every patient to feel safe and heard. That is all." The doctor paused, clearly taken aback. For a moment he did not know what to say. Then he nodded slowly. I understand. Thank you for telling me. I will remember this in the future." Maya and Daniel smiled softly. They had spoken up without anger, without confrontation, and yet they had made a change. The power of calm courage and unity had shifted the moment completely. After that, they walked back to the hospital room together, feeling lighter. Maya held the baby, looking at Daniel with pride and gratitude. "I can't believe how strong we are together," she said. Daniel smiled. "We just needed to stay calm and speak the truth. Sometimes that is all it takes to change everything." The rest of the day passed peacefully. Nurses checked on them regularly, and the baby slept most of the time. Maya felt a new sense of confidence. She realized that standing up calmly for herself had not only helped her, but it could also help others in the future. That evening, Daniel held both Maya and the baby close. "Today shows that love and courage are stronger than fear and disrespect," he said softly. Maya rested her head against his shoulder. "I feel safe, strong, and hopeful. I know we can face anything together." Daniel nodded, smiling warmly. "Yes, and today proves that kindness and calm courage can truly change everything in a short time." Maya looked at their sleeping baby and felt peace fill her heart. The morning's tension, the humiliation, and the fear had been replaced by hope, strength, and a deep sense of love. Together, they had faced the challenges, spoken the truth, and created a moment of lasting respect. That day had transformed not only their lives but also the way they understood courage and love. The hospital room was quiet in the morning light. Maya sat in bed, gently rocking the baby in her arms. Daniel was beside her, organizing a small basket of blankets and clothes for the baby. The room felt calm and full of warmth, a stark contrast to the tension of the previous day. Maya looked at Daniel, her eyes soft and grateful. "I feel like yesterday is finally behind us," she said. "It was hard, but now everything feels right." Daniel smiled, reaching out to hold her hand. "Yes, we faced it together. And now we have our baby, safe and healthy. Nothing else matters." The baby stirred and let out a small coo. Maya laughed softly, looking at Daniel. "Our little one is so curious about the world already." Daniel laughed too. "They are going to grow up strong and confident, just like their parents." Later, the nurse came in to check on Maya and the baby. She smiled warmly at them. "You both look great. The baby is feeding well and gaining strength every day." Maya nodded, feeling proud. "Thank you. We are so happy to have everything going smoothly now." Daniel noticed her glance toward the window. "The world outside is full of challenges," he said softly, "but also full of kindness and hope. We need to focus on what we can control and leave the rest behind." Maya leaned back against her pillow, feeling a sense of peace. The words reminded her of the events of the past day. The doctor's harsh treatment, the humiliation, and the fear had all seemed overwhelming at first. But Daniel's steady presence and calm courage had changed everything. He had not reacted with anger, but with confidence, respect, and calm action. Maya realized that strength was not only about facing physical challenges, it was about staying calm, protecting those you love, and using words wisely to create change. Later in the afternoon, Daniel helped Maya sit by the window with the baby in her arms. The sunlight made the room glow and the gentle breeze rustled the curtains. Maya watched the baby's small fingers wrap around hers. "You know," Daniel said softly, "this baby will remember our love even before they understand words. They will feel it every day in the way we care for them." Maya smiled. "I want them to grow up knowing that respect and kindness are important, and that courage comes in many forms." Daniel nodded. "Exactly. And today shows that even a small act of courage, done together, can change a situation completely. It doesn't have to be loud or angry. Calm strength is powerful." The nurse returned later with a small chart of the baby's progress. Maya looked at it carefully. "Everything looks perfect," she said happily. Daniel wrapped his arm around her shoulders. "See? We are doing everything right. The baby is healthy and you are recovering well. We make a great team." Maya laughed softly. "We really do. I feel so grateful for you. You made everything easier, even when things felt impossible." Daniel kissed her forehead gently. "You gave me courage too. You stayed strong and calm, and together we created something beautiful. Today proves that we can face anything." As evening approached, Maya and Daniel sat together holding the baby, watching the sky turn soft shades of orange and pink. The quiet moment was filled with love, gratitude, and hope. Maya realized that the morning's struggles and the doctor's harsh words were now far behind them. What mattered most was their family and the strength they shared. Maya whispered softly, "I know we will face challenges in the future, but we will face them together." "That makes everything easier." Daniel smiled warmly. "Yes, and every challenge will remind us how strong we are, especially when we stay calm and support each other." The baby yawned and snuggled closer, and Maya felt her heart fill with joy. She realized that life could change quickly, from fear and tension to peace and happiness. The right presence, love, and courage could transform any moment. Together, they stayed in the quiet room holding their newborn, knowing that this was only the beginning of a life full of hope, strength, and love. The hospital room was quiet as Maya rested, holding the baby gently. Daniel sat beside her, watching the baby's tiny movements with a soft smile. The day had started with fear and tension, but now it felt calm, filled with love and hope. Maya looked at Daniel and spoke softly. "I can't believe how quickly everything changed. Yesterday felt so hard, but now I feel safe and happy." Daniel nodded. "Yes, life can be surprising. One moment can feel impossible, and the next can be full of joy. That is why we need to stay calm and strong together." The baby stirred and Maya laughed softly, feeling the small fingers wrap around hers. Daniel leaned closer, brushing a lock of hair from her face. "Look at that. They already know love. They can feel it even now." Maya smiled. "I want to teach them everything about kindness, patience, and courage. I want them to know that respect is important and that people can change when treated with calm strength." Daniel nodded, feeling proud. "And they will learn that from both of us. They will see that courage does not always mean anger. Sometimes it is quiet, strong, and full of love." As the afternoon passed, a nurse came in to check on Maya and the baby. She smiled warmly. "Everything is going very well. The baby is strong and you are recovering beautifully." Maya felt relief and gratitude. She realized that even after a stressful morning, life could become peaceful and meaningful. Daniel squeezed her hand gently and she leaned back, feeling calm for the first time in hours. Later, Daniel suggested they sit by the window together. The sunlight filled the room with warmth and the baby rested peacefully in Maya's arms. Daniel looked at Maya with admiration. "You were amazing yesterday. You stayed calm even when it was difficult. You showed strength in every moment." Maya shook her head slightly. "I could not have done it without you. You helped me feel safe. You reminded me of my own strength when I forgot it." Daniel smiled softly. "That is what partnership is about. We support each other. That is how we face challenges, and that is how we will raise our child." Maya looked down at the baby who yawned and blinked slowly. She felt a deep sense of love and responsibility. "We need to teach them to be kind, to stand up for themselves, and to treat others with respect," she said quietly. Daniel nodded. "Exactly. And we will lead by example. Yesterday showed that even when someone is unkind, calm courage can make a difference. That is an important lesson for both us and our child." As evening approached, Maya and Daniel prepared for a short walk in the hospital garden. They wanted to feel the fresh air and enjoy a moment together as a family. The baby rested comfortably in a carrier on Daniel's chest. They walked slowly, holding hands and talking quietly. The sun painted the sky in shades of pink and gold, and the soft breeze made the moment feel magical. Maya realized how much had changed in a short time. What began as fear and humiliation had turned into love, courage, and a sense of triumph. Daniel looked at her and smiled. "We faced the morning together and now look at us. Stronger, calmer, and full of hope. This is how we can face any challenge in life." Maya nodded, feeling her heart swell. "I feel like we have learned something important. Life can be difficult, but love and courage can change everything in just a few moments." They sat on a bench in the garden, watching the baby stir and coo softly. Daniel gently stroked Maya's hand and whispered, "This is the beginning of a new chapter. Together we will face whatever comes and we will do it with love and strength." Maya smiled, feeling peace and pride. "Yes. And the baby will grow up seeing that kindness, courage, and respect are stronger than fear and anger. We have the power to shape the future." The golden light of the evening surrounded them, and for the first time since the difficult morning, Maya felt completely at ease. She knew that no matter what challenges awaited, she and Daniel would face them together, with calm strength and unwavering love. As they walked back to the hospital room, Maya held the baby close and glanced at Daniel. "I feel ready for anything now. We are ready for our life as a family." Daniel smiled warmly. "Yes, and together we can make every moment meaningful and full of love." The day ended quietly, filled with hope, strength, and the knowledge that calm courage and love could truly change everything. The morning sun poured through the hospital window, filling the room with warmth. Maya sat on the bed holding the baby in her arms. Daniel was beside her, carefully folding a blanket and arranging a few small items for the baby. The room was quiet, peaceful, and full of hope. Maya looked at Daniel, smiling softly. "It feels like everything has finally settled. I can hardly believe how quickly yesterday changed into this." Daniel nodded. "Yes, life can surprise us. One moment can be difficult and the next can be filled with joy. We just need to stay calm, strong, and together." The baby stirred and cooed softly. Maya laughed, feeling the tiny fingers wrap around hers. Daniel leaned close, brushing a lock of hair from her face. "Look at them," he said softly. "They are already learning about love and safety." Maya smiled, feeling proud. "I want them to grow up knowing courage does not mean anger. It means standing strong, speaking the truth, and protecting those you care about." Daniel nodded. "And they will learn that from both of us. Yesterday proved that calm strength and love can change everything. We will continue to show that example every day." As they prepared to leave the hospital, Daniel spoke to the nurse who had helped them throughout their stay. "Thank you for taking care of us. Your guidance made this experience easier and safer for both mother and baby." The nurse smiled warmly. "It was my pleasure. You both have shown great courage and care. You are an example for others." Maya and Daniel exchanged a glance, feeling the pride and relief of the moment. They had faced a difficult morning, but together they had turned it into a day of hope, strength, and love. When it was time to leave, Daniel gently lifted the baby into his arms, while Maya held onto her small bag. They walked slowly down the hospital hallway, each step feeling lighter than the one before. Maya realized that the humiliation and fear from yesterday had no power over her anymore. The love and support she had received had made her stronger than ever. As they reached the hospital doors, the sunlight felt bright and promising. Daniel held the door open for Maya, and they stepped outside together. The baby slept peacefully in his arms, and Maya felt a deep sense of peace. Daniel looked down at her and smiled. "This is just the beginning. Life will have challenges, but nothing can stop us when we face it together." Maya squeezed his hand, feeling her heart full. "I know. Yesterday showed me that courage, calmness, and love can change even the hardest moments. I feel ready for anything now." They walked to the car slowly, enjoying the soft breeze and the warm sunlight. Daniel opened the door for Maya, helping her in carefully, and then settled the baby on his lap. As they drove home, Maya looked out the window at the city passing by. She thought about the doctor, the stress of the morning, and the fear she had felt. But now all those feelings were replaced with hope and determination. She realized that no one could take away the love and courage they had shared. Daniel glanced at her and smiled. "Every challenge teaches us something. Yesterday taught us about strength, patience, and the power of support. We can carry that into every day of our lives." Maya nodded. "Yes, and we will teach our child the same lessons. Respect, courage, and love are the strongest forces in the world." When they arrived home, the small apartment felt warm and welcoming. They had prepared a little corner for the baby with blankets and soft toys. Daniel gently placed the baby in the crib while Maya adjusted the blanket and smiled. They sat together on the couch, holding hands and watching their newborn sleep peacefully. Maya rested her head on Daniel's shoulder. "I feel like life has given us a fresh start. A moment that began with fear has turned into something unforgettable and beautiful." Daniel kissed her forehead softly. "Yes, and it shows that even when life is difficult, courage, love, and calmness can create amazing change. We faced it together, and that is what matters." Maya smiled, feeling complete. She looked at the baby, then at Daniel, and whispered, "Everything really can change in a short time. All it takes is strength, love, and being together." Daniel held both her hand and the baby's tiny hand, feeling a circle of love and hope. "Yes, and we will face every moment like this together, as a family." The afternoon sun filled the room, and for the first time in a long while, Maya felt fully at peace. The difficult morning, the harsh words, and the tension were gone. What remained was love, hope, and the certainty that courage and calm strength could truly change everything. Maya, Daniel, and their baby sat together, wrapped in warmth and happiness, ready to begin their new life filled with love, respect, and endless possibilities.